talk about this particular team, obviously they need to be able to get a victory because it's important, as we said, here early in the conference.
Yeah, but let's talk about that last game also, no? Because we need to break down, as you said, the performances of both teams. IMUS and Navy, you know, that was a crazy game, Anthony, because after the first two sets, everybody thought IMUS would win it in 3. And then Navy just came alive in the third and fourth set. And they had full control over the match. Everybody thought they'd win it in 5, but then there's more. IMUS just, you know, had the right stops, had their enough poise, and they won it in 5 sets. That was a thrilling match. If you look at the numbers, you can see automatic the strengths of IMUS. You can see the spikes. Blocking is pretty decent, and their opponent's errors. Their errors, 30 in 5 sets. So that's about 5 or 6 errors a set. So obviously they will in today's game rely on their spiking and less errors.
Well, a person that was really awesome for their squad was Hero Austria. And let's take a look at the numbers and exactly what he brought to your squad. These are the kind of numbers and the kind of performance he needs to be able to come up with para at least makakuha sila ng panalo sa araw na to.
You know, the first time I saw him play, really, I was so impressed because he's not the tallest of players, but he's just so creative. He's so good. And funny, in that match versus Navy, he scored 14 points in 11 spikes. But I was reading, it wasn't a good day for him in terms of spiking with 33.3 efficiency rate. However, this is how good he is. He made up in terms of reception, 21 receptions, 1 ace and 2 blocks. And mind you, one of those blocks was a game-winning block against Jude Garcia. So Hero Austria, for me, has been big for their team, and they're going to rely on him today.
That is one side of the coin. Let's switch over to the other side of the fence. And now this is a squad that's on top 4, but they need a victory once again to be able to stay where they are right now.
A lot of people were surprised in this match because they thought Vanguard had the advantage, but we have to give it to Santa Rosa. They obviously wanted to win, and they gave Vanguard really a tough time, and you know, Vanguard eventually lost also in 5 sets. But we have to mention one thing later when we look at the stats, that tell really is the errors of Vanguard. If you look at the numbers, in terms of spikes, it's even. You know, 59, 58, blocking, 9 and 7, aces 4 and 3. The opponent's errors, that's 37 for Vanguard. But the tell here really is they commit around 8 to 9 errors in the sets that they've lost. So that's when they crumble. Obviously, they want to rely on great spiking for them, for Vanguard, and they want to minimize those errors.
You know, a lot of people were surprised because they said Vanguard is supposed to be the more experienced of the two squads. But when it came down to the winnings, especially in that 5th set, they were not able to come up and do what everybody expected them to do.
Yeah, it's the end game, no? And you're hoping that that team will learn from that game, and moving forward, again, anything is still possible. They will learn from those losses and hopefully get some wins.
Let's talk about Joven Kamanakan because he was able to really do quite well for his squad. Pero alam mo, pagdating mo sa mga crucial stages, medyo nahirapan nga siya.
Yeah, I mean, for those who, you know, have just followed the men's circuit, no, Joven Kamaganakan is actually a champion in his own right, a superstar. He had like 5 NCAA South titles. And for his fans and for the new fans, no, they're happy with his performance because 16 points and 15 spikes. So he is emerging, and 14 receptions as well. He is emerging, and they're hoping that they'll get his fine form back. You know, maybe not this conference, maybe in future conferences, but you know, scoring 15 spikes is huge, and hopefully today he'll score more.
Well, for his fans, they're just glad that he's back because, as you said, medyo matagal siya nawala. Pero yun nga yung problema eh. It's not as easy as just getting back on the horse and continue to trot. Obviously, if you come back after quite a while, it's going to take some time, but everybody hoping that he gets back to his fine form. We're going to take a break. When we come back, our very first game here for Spikers Turf will be coming your way. Mic test. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Mic test. Check. Parang ano? Parang
Check,
nasa loob
check.
ng lata.
Oo nga.
Di ba?
Agree.
Do you get it? No?
Agree.
I mean, parang...
Check, test,
Ganun
check.
ba talaga yun, no?
Check,
Actually,
test.
I forgot to say, the last time it was also like, parang... Di ba, you feel like you're in a can? And it's just sounds weird.
Basta yung can
Test,
ko
1, 2.
spam.
Spam garlic.
Spam.
You know, I think they stopped production of that. The spam garlic.
Haven't seen it. You're right.
And that's the one that we always get. Kasi it's, you know, I mean, you know, it's a little tastier than the regular spam.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our match officials. First referee is Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. Our second referee is Mr. Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Let's call on the starting lineup. First for the IMUS men's volleyball team. Let's begin with their team captain, starting center, wearing jersey number 22, Ish Polvorosa. Opposite spiker number 2, Josh Villanueva. Middle blocker number 6, Kim Malabunga. Side spiker number 8, Ritz Muhali. Middle blocker number 13, Roniel Rosales. And outside spiker number 24, Hero Austria. Their starting libero is number 5, Rico Marmeto. Head coach, Mr. Sammy Akailar. Calling on our Vanguard volleyball team. Team captain wearing jersey number 6, starting setter, Ron Villegas. Outside spiker number 3, Chubbs Kamaganakan. Middle blocker number 4, Clyde Obay. Opposite spiker number 11, Russell Palisok. Middle blocker number 19, John Daniel Diwa. And outside spiker number 24, Vince Abroad. Their starting libero is number 8, Rekrek Alfaro. Head coach, Mr. Echet Mabayan.
And now we got starters for both these squads. Villanueva, Malabunga, Muhali, Polvorosa, Rosales, Austria, and Marmeto. For the city of Imus, who's doing quite well. They're in 4th spot. On the other side, Palisok, Kamaganakan, Diwa, Villegas, Abrot, Obay, and Alfaro is their libero. For the Vanguard volley hitters, they need to be able to continue to start winning. They've got 1 victory, looking for victory number 2 here today. Will they get it? Well, Imus also needs this victory to stay atop that lofty standing that they're at.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you can see with the lineup both coaches have fielded. They mean business. You're right, Imus, they're at 3-1. They want to be at 4-1 to keep in step with the undefeated teams. But for Vanguard, I feel they're very talented. But 3-game losing streak, they want to break that.
And if you look at this Vanguard squad individually, you know that they're good players.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked about Abrot. We also have Kamaganakan na sinabi natin na dati talagang he was a star. So it's really, I think, all of them just coming together and bringing it all on the floor.
That's true. And I feel, you know, we've seen a lot of player movement, you know, in the men's team, in the men's game. So the gelling will always be a factor. For Vanguard, obviously that's that. Yeah, like you said, they have good names, good players, but the gelling. Can you imagine if they gelled? I mean, let's look to maybe future conferences. That'd be a great team.
Well, they're thinking maybe let's not just wait till the next conference. Maybe we might be able to squeeze into the top 4, but again, they're up against a very talented team as well.
And, you know, new players like Josh Villanueva. You've seen Ishbal Barrosa and Malabunga, obviously, and Mohali. But what you love about this IMUS team is they're like people from different teams, different areas. But then they got together and they're just playing good volleyball.
That was off the block. That was clear.
One-on-one, Kamaganakan getting the better of Hero Austria. They're the two names that we talked about in the pregame.
Kamaganakan's gonna send that into the net.
Well, that's one thing they have to check. Talking about Vanguard, again in that loss to Santa Rosa, they committed 37 errors. So when you think about it in a 5-set match, that's okay. But in the sets that they won, they commit only like 4 errors. But it piles up in the sets that they lose. So that's their problem right now.
That's looking at the numbers per set, and yes, that is a major factor why they lost those particular sets. So they're able to just clean that up. Maybe, just maybe, they can come away with a victory here. Abrot.
Oh. That's one name, Vince Abrot. You know, he has to play consistently. We've seen him. I remember watching him in the first game wherein they won. I mean, wow, he's in shape, he's fit. But he has to play at a consistent level and try to lead the squad, talking about Vanguard.
That's a very good point. Same thing with Kamaganakan that we talked about in the pregame. He would come in and he'd give his team help in spurts. But it's got to be game-long brilliance.
Well, that's one thing, obviously, throughout this conference. It's a pretty long conference for them. Each team will play 10 games. So you have 10 games. Let's not wait for the 10th game. Let's do the 5 or the 6, you know, try to get your game going and hopefully towards the end, you know, get those wins.
Well, Oba is going to score there.
Another player that's so impressive. Not the tallest of middle blockers you can see. I mean, I think Vince Abrot's even taller than him, but he is a middle blocker, and look what he can do. Perfect pass. Perfect pass.
That's going to go outside, though. That's going to hurt. That's a point that should have gone to them.
Wasted opportunity. Obviously, Rosales wants that back, but I mean, what else can you say? You have the great set from a great pass, and then just the execution.
And we're tied at 5. Early goings here. They go to the middle.
Good save! Oh! That's a great read by Palisok at the net. So you have to credit the defense of Vanguard. Look at that.
So now they got the lead.
I told you, they're a talented team and they're playing well.
On the back row, Austria, yes!
Villegas and Kamaganakan. Like, they stepped on the gas and the speed is the same, so they're going to the ball. Look at that, they stop. That's communication for you. You need to talk.
And that's the chemistry we were talking about.
Yeah.
If you had that proper chemistry, they might have been able to continue that rally going, and they might have won the point.
That's true. And obviously, if you do textbook volleyball, that's Kamaganakan's ball so that Villegas can set it.
Just running out of space there was Polvorosa.
Boy, you know, great start for Vanguard. You wouldn't think the way they're playing here, at least at the start of the first set, that they have a 3-game losing streak.
And that has been the problem of Abrot. In the last game that they had, he had about 3 good serves. None were aces, but he had 5 service errors.
Yeah. That's the problem with the jump serves. You know that the percentages are not really that great. I mean, good to see. It's a good defensive weapon, but if you have all these errors, it negates that.
Palisok. Actually, check that. That's Diwa. Scoring, which is going to bring us to this technical timeout. It's Vanguard. Up by 1.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Surf Open Conference. My name is Mika Abesamis, and Coach Sammy Akailar is still not satisfied with their performances despite their 3-1 standing. Hindi pa rin daw stable ang boys, and at this point, I am pushing them to be seguristas. He sees a psychological effect on them, and each time they commit errors, lumalakas daw ang loob ng kalaban habang bumababa naman daw ang moral nila. So he will work on this, especially they will be going up against powerhouses in Iloilo and Cotabato next. This week, they said they had some tune-up games with Ateneo and FEU to further polish these things. Unfortunately, though, they will not be having the services of Louis Ramirez for the rest of the conference due to his NCAA stint. This is huge for them, but he is banking on Ritz Muhali and John Rivera to take over. Anthony Narin.
Again, you have to go to war with the soldiers that are available.
You know, what I caught there in her reports really is the pickup games, the tune-up games with the universities. Imagine, for the universities, I'm thinking for the university, how good is it that you get to practice with club teams, right?
That's right. But unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like it has really helped them here in set number 1.
Well, obviously, Miss Q now haunting IMUS. So, changing of the setters. Ray Taneo now in for IMUS. Good serve. Oh, what a dig.
But Abrot there a little bit disappointed because Diwa wasn't able to help him out.
But again, credit to the floor defense. That was a great dig. I think Diwa was just surprised that Villegas was nowhere in sight. He's ready for the quick kill.
Diwa looked a little bit lost there.
Yeah.
They had to pull him over to where he's supposed to be. That one there from Abrot a little bit too strong.
Yeah, Austria was all over that. Yeah, wasted pass here, overpass. And it's just a 1-point game. Mohali with a serve.
There's Palisok.
Oh! Overpass. Well, they call a lifting violation. Malabunga does not agree with that. 1, 2. That's a good call. That's the right call.
Right now, 2-point lead still here, enjoyed by Vanguard.
Oh. Well, a net violation called, but even so, that was a great combination play with Hero Austria at the hitting end. Look at this. Cut shot. Good serve.
Palisok's going to get denied, though.
Great wall there by Rosales and Villanueva. 2-man block.
Well, they were waiting for Palisok. And it's now just... A tied ball game, and now a 1-point lead once again here for Vanguard.
You can see the reaction of Kim Malabunga.
Kamag-anak now with the serve with his team up by 1.
And hoping for good serves from Joven Kamag-anakan. That's one. That's pretty good.
Good reception though, and Malabunga is going to score. Check that, that's Rosales.
Yeah, great connection there. Another good pass, Taneo to Rosales. That be quick. That was a beauty.
And suddenly, without Ish Polvorosa, it looks like mas maganda yung kanilang opensa. Kaso lang, another miss serve here.
Good offense, but no serves. No service.
Yun ang problema, ang dami na.
Yeah.
Palisok now with the serve. Trying to protect that 1-point lead.
Ooh, good serve.
That's gonna be an ace. Dalawa na naman ang lamang dito ng Vanguard.
So far, so good for Vanguard. I mean, you know, IMUS will give chase, make it a tied game or, you know, just a 1-point game. But then Vanguard has the answer.
That's just kept alive, and that's going to be out though. Asking for a touch, they say no, they say yes.
I think that's off Villegas because I was looking at the first referee pointing at him. Let's check it out. Yeah, good call, good call.
And no challenge, so obviously you know that if Coach Edget saw something, he would have definitely challenged.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ace here. Austria's going to pick up point number 2.
You know, I love the timing of Hero Austria, really. Again, when we mention not the tallest of players, but their timing is impeccable.
Watch it here once again. Easily handled that time by Kamag-anakan. Here's Abrot.
Oh, good save.
It's kept alive there.
Oh, good save.
From the back row, Kamag-anakan will go long.
Oh, what a waste. I mean, that was a great rally from both teams. What a waste. That pipe attack, just too strong. What a dive there. Yeah, just a little flick of the wrist, maybe.
He's got to keep that in mind. Now, IMUS with a 1-point lead.
Another good serve.
They look to Abrot. He's easily handled. Going to the pin, going down the line, and that's going to bring us to our technical timeout. It's now a 2-point lead by IMUS after trailing by 2 at one stage.
Yeah, Mohali, I think that's his first kill. We talked about, I mean, there's been talk of his efficiency, and he's showing us.
Welcome back to the Paco Arena, as we got this match between IMUS and Vanguard. IMUS now up by 2. It's been an up and down first set here.
That's true. At one point, you thought Vanguard had more control over this match, but IMUS right now grabbing a 2-point lead.
That was unreturnable.
Boy, that was a body shot to Josh Villanueva there. you can see the options of Vanguard. Give a decent pass and everyone's a threat.
Bang.
You know, Mohali again, no, before that timeout or the technical timeout, I was talking about the efficiency. There's been talk. I mean, Mohali, every time he gets it, more often than not, he gets a point. He's showing us why. I mean, that's true.
That's going to work once again there for Diwa.
Well, that's, you know, that can be a bread and butter play for Vanguard. They maybe should go to Diwa a bit more, try to change it. Maybe quick, be quick, running. Great serve, great
Finally,
pass.
one goes in there for Abrot. But it's going to be a score anyway. Still here for IMUS.
Well, if you're talking about changing things up, you have Kim Malabunga there in front. You have to give him his touches.
Tanayo now, serving here. Ever since he came in for Polvorosa, parang mas gumanda yung takbo ng kanilang opensa.
That's true. I mean, you know Coach Sammy Akailar, a very seasoned coach. Normally he will really coach the way his team needs. If he needs to make substitutions, he will. And Taneo, you know, playing well for him.
And with all the accolades, of course, of Polvorosa, there are days that maybe you just don't have it.
Yeah.
And nakikita yun ni Coach. At sabi niya, sige, magpahinga ka muna ng sandali.
Oh, good cover.
Kamaganakan denied!
That was Mohali covering down the line. That line.
He was right there. He knew it was coming to him.
Let's see the way that Mohali guided the ball, you know, inside the court of Vanguard.
Back up to a 2-point lead here for IMUS. Ooh, that's going to go out. That's a missed opportunity there for Diwa.
Yeah, well, Taneo was there. He was by the line, so he called it. He saw it.
Coach Edget was thinking about it, and said, okay, timeout muna tayo.
Tatlong mahuli mo, di ba? Dito mo padala, receive 1. Ito, patulak mo rito ha. Tayo lang para patay natin dalawang blocker lang dyan. At saka ang bato rito. Ha? Yan ang unang option mo. Pag miss ball,
Jumping coach. Hello, 5.
sino ba nandito? Si Russell? Si Russell. Dito ka magkukuha ng, pero patulak mo. Make sure na ito mo rito i-receive. Para ihilain natin yung blockers dito. Okay?
Saka yung sa service, hindi na namin kayo binibigyan. So dapat alam niyo na iwas ng sa libero. Iwas ng sa libero para di tayo ganun dapat tayo.
Say, Vanguard! Really, just some subtle changes here. Little tweak here, little tweak there.
Yeah.
Kasi maganda naman yung pinapakita nila eh.
Well, it's, well, you know, obviously Coach Edget just wants to stop the bleeding here. They're down by 3. And you're right, they're actually not playing bad. It's just that IMUS so far here has the answers to Vanguard.
Palisok. Doug. That one, just a little bit too much power behind that one from Villanueva.
Alfaro was there, the libero of Vanguard, but you're right, he just could not control the wrath of Josh Villanueva.
And it's now a 4-point lead. This 4 points is the biggest lead for either team here in set number 1.
And you're right, you know, I feel it's because of the great playmaking of Taneo. So now you can see a more fluid offense for IMUS.
Let's see that continues in the second set.
Yeah.
Sabi nga nila, if it's not broken, why fix it? Pero maganda na kasi yung tinatakbo ng kanilang pensa. Good serve from Diwa. Easily put down there. Abrot was just a little bit behind that one.
I mean, that's how talented Kim Malabunga is. You thought you would think, oh, it's a high set, but he has hang time. Aside from the fact he's tall, he's able to tip it in.
Serve there from Malabunga. Palisok, yes!
Yeah, finding that angle there. We heard that in their huddle. I heard razzle Palisok. So obviously he is the option right now for Vanguard.
Timeout now will be called by Coach Sammy. Ito, talagang naninigurado lang siya.
Coach, malito kaya nga nilagay ko dito eh. Kasi kahit ang gawin yan, magiging siya. Mabahay ito, porsyento to ha. Basahan natin ng magandang bola. Pero still, kapag may pumapalo sa akin, dapat laging may nagsasabing coverage. Rico. Pasa. Huwag tayo nagmamadali pa.
Hey, go ah. Hey, Imus!
Go.
Well, he's got the lead, but he just wants to make sure that they're able to actually close things out.
And he's pretty much, pinpointing what they can improve on. It's obviously communication, shouting out, coverage. So yeah, they want to win this, obviously, the first set.
Alfaro's there. Abrot. That's going to bring them closer. They're now within 2.
That's a perfect set there by Villegas. One-on-one for Abrot. Look at that. Look at the quickness of his follow-through.
That's a great serve from Kamaganakan.
Still alive.
Abrot!
Oh!
2 big points from Abrot here.
Yeah, and this time he was faced with 2 blockers. He was able to get it through. Look at that. Just in between the blockers' hands.
And that once 4-point lead is now just down to 1, Noreen. Asay's inside. We're tied.
Oh, you did say they need Kamaganakan to serve well, and what better time than this latter part of the first set?
He's had more than a few good serves. Here's Kamaganakan again.
And Coach Sammy must be out of his mind that, these points came after his timeout.
That's right. Now he might have to call his final timeout.
Well, they've lost the lead. You did say a 4-point lead. Now Vanguard is ahead.
Napako itong koponan ng IMUS at 22.
You can see the frustration of Villanueva there. Ooh!
There's another one. And still no timeout here.
Well, he has to call his last timeout now.
Look at the hang time there of Abrot.
Okay. Sabi ko ito, papasukin ng B para kasi maliit. Para si sumingit, mawala ito. Ginagawa mo, binibigay mo dito. Nandito si Abrot eh. Diba? Magsisit kayo, titignan yung block eh. Hindi yung basta tapon ng bola. Tapos hindi nyo sinusuportahan. Sayang. Nagkamali tayo sa pasa kasi. Nawalan kayo ng pasa. Ito naman, tatlo. Nakarinig ka. Anong natutuwa sa Santos?
Maganda, yung tatlo kami, coach.
Sir, wala namang kalakas na. Anong bola sa'yo? Hey, Imus! Imus!
Can Vanguard get it done? Can they take set number 1? That's what Kamaganakan is hoping for with another good serve.
And he's been camping there in that service area.
There's another great one.
Oh.
That's going to stop the bleeding.
I like that timeout by Coach Sammy because he was actually talking to the setter, Taneo, and he's saying, you don't just set. for the sake of setting. You read your opponents, check who's a weaker blocker, who's a better blocker, and they followed in that play.
Well, they challenge Abrot and they'll pay the price,
yes,
so to speak. Now a timeout will be called by Coach Edget.
Ngayon, tagay natin sa receive.
Pinapagawa niya Russell kasi
Go. Ganun gagawin. Hey, receiver, dito natin papadala ha. Oh, Doc, diskarte mo, single block, alam na yan. Okay? Isang tagay nyo, magandang pasa, kuha natin to ha.
Say, Vanguard!
All Vanguard needs is 1 point.
Pressure pack serve for Josh Villanueva. He's got to serve it in first and foremost. But you can sense that the momentum is at the side of Vanguard.
For sure.
Yeah.
And first set will go to Abrot and company. He has come alive together with Kamaganakan, so that 1-2 punch working wonders for Vanguard.
That's right. It's all Vince Abrot and then the serving of Kamaganakan. You're totally right.
Well run play. Set number 1 will go to Vanguard, 25-23. Yes, Vanguard taking set number 1. Your eyes are not deceiving you. And they came back from 4 points down at the latter stage.
You know, I mean, I would have to say it's such a great set. It was so entertaining. I mean, high-level volleyball, the men's side. You know, you thought at the start it was Vanguard, and then it was IMUS, and you said it. They even erected a 4-point lead, but there were players, there were names in Vince Abrot and Kamaganakan who just did not want to lose. And they mounted the rally, everybody followed suit, and Vanguard pulled the rug from under IMUS.
And Abrot making sure of that one. They needed to get 1 point coming off that timeout. As we take a look at the numbers.
Yeah, in terms of attacks, it was actually IMUS 15-13, but look at the blocking, the 4-1. The blocks that happened, especially that huge block by Vince Abrot towards the latter part of that first set. The serves, they were serving better. Kamaganakan served really well towards the latter part of that first set. So it was really a matter of spurts, you know, by both teams. And for Vanguard and their fans, they're just happy because they're at the winning end of that spurt, so to speak.
Now the big question is, can they keep it going? That's what Kamaganakan wants. That's what Coach Edget wants. Abrot and the rest of their squad. That's going to be a big scalp if they're able to take down IMUS.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, really, we see the talent. They can do it. Talking about Vanguard, but you're right. You know, that is the question. Can they sustain this?
That attack slowed down. Alfaro got there just in time.
Oh, good save.
Mohali, yes.
Well, Mohali actually didn't get a lot of sets towards the end of that first set. And we did talk about how efficient this player is. Look at that. He makes it look so easy just going down the line.
Interestingly, coach is still sticking with Taneo.
That's true. Ooh.
And it's now 2-0 here for IMUS.
Well, you don't want to see all these errors. I mean, obviously, we did mention towards the end of that first set is the momentum with the side of the guys in black. So here in the start of the second set, you don't want to be committing all these unforced errors.
Well, an unforced error there on that serve. We'll give Vanguard point number 1.
But you know, it's interesting how IMUS will actually respond to that first set loss because they had it. You know, we keep saying they had a 4-point lead and they let it slide.
Yes, they did. Talk about slipping through your grasp. That first set was yours.
Yes. And the 4-point lead happened in the 20s already.
Exactly. Sometimes if you get that 4-point lead early in the set, that can still be overhauled. But usually, with that 4-point lead at that part of the set, side out volleyball na lang yun.
Oh, you're right. And speaking of side out, Vanguard gets that point, but with monster block there.
We have not yet had too many monster blocks. What a time for that to happen for Vanguard as they're here trying to make their rally. Another good serve.
Whoa!
And again, back-to-back blocks.
And when, you know, we talked about the numbers there in the first set, 4-1 in terms of blocks. Now, Vanguard has 2 already.
We're now tied at 3.
Ooh, errant pass. John Rivera in. You like that substitution. Coach Chami wanting to change things up. Well, we were talking about blocking earlier. So far in this match, Vanguard has already 6 blocks as compared to just 1 for IMUS.
That's quite surprising because you've got these behemoths here for IMUS.
I mean, Malabunga alone, you know, can block 6 times.
From the back row, that's going to work.
Again, we talked about Mohali, and you like, especially for his fans, you like that he's getting the sets right now.
Here's Malabunga.
Good serve.
And again, Vanguard just comes up with another point.
Well, that's, you know, you like what you see for Vanguard because obviously coming into this match, you know that IMUS has a better standing, 3-1, and then 1-3 is Vanguard. But they're keeping in step with IMUS right now. They even won the first set, but it's good for them to keep this close. Oh, good save.
But it's going to be advantage here. And still advantage IMUS.
Yeah, chance IMUS. Whoa!
Reset.
Oh!
No! Vanguard is just playing so much better at this particular stage.
Well, they obviously worked on their blocking in practice the entire week. It's been working well for them. Look at this. That was Obay.
And we are tied at 5. That's gonna get their crowd back into it.
Yeah, Jan Rivera always very entertaining to watch, very animated. Gets the point, going cross court.
Just a 1-point lead here for IMUS.
Good serve, good pass.
And coming up with a big booming shot of his own is Abrot.
Well, looking at this rotation, obviously Vanguard has the advantage when you have Abrot and your blocker is Taneo. You have, of course, Malabunga or Rosales and Taneo. He's going to challenge a smaller blocker. Oh.
That shot from Palisok straight into the net, and you can see the frustration.
I mean, yeah, good save, and Villegas just was able to give a good set. Yeah, but a miss hit into the net for Palisok.
It's a 1-point lead enjoyed here by IMUS. They got a chance here. First time Taneo has tried to go in the aggressive, and it works out for him. That's going to bring us to our first technical timeout here in set number 2. Lamang ng dalawa ang IMUS.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference. My name is Mika Abesamis, and the Vanguards have been disappointed multiple times, especially against Santa Rosa, when they just couldn't get the 5th set. I asked Coach Edget what he thinks they should do, especially after a 3-game losing streak, and he said it would definitely be our will to win. The skills are there, hindi lang daw nakalagay sa tono. Gigil daw masyado ang boys. They start overdoing things instead of having the right mindset while on court. Yes, it's not easy to have a new team, but it is also not an excuse to use against teams who are racing to the top 4. We just need to lessen our errors, specifically our service, and we will get by. And so far, so good, he said. Anthony Narine.
Oh, definitely so far so good. They came up big in that set number 1.
Yeah, but I like that report saying they may be a new team, but it is not an excuse. That's true, because at this level of play, you know, we're at the club level. You really have to just try to gel quick. You know, it comes in with practice and maturity because of, again, the said level of play.
Muhali will score.
Now he's getting a lot of the sets, and he has been delivering. 3-point lead now for IMUS.
But again, remember, they had a 4-point lead, and it was just extinguished.
Extinguished,
in
erased.
a flash. That's shooting themselves in the foot.
Service errors there. But again, you know, we did talk about, you know, the question, how will IMUS respond? So far, so good. And you like the substitution of Coach Chami bringing in Jan Rivera. Obviously, the spark plug for IMUS.
But still, no Ishpol Vorosa. Malabunga, once again, joins the scoring act.
Great set there. Great recognition on the part of Taneo. Just a one-on-one there for Malabunga. Chances are, he's going to get the point.
That's not over, that's for sure.
Yeah, wasted opportunity on the side of Vanguard. They tried to do a combi play, a combination play. But that goes into the net. Look at the score. Look at the score.
It's another 4.
more.
The thing is, can they sustain it till the end? And remember, we're still in the middle part.
And Mohali doing it also in defense.
So now they're saying, okay, now this is the biggest lead of either set. It's now at 5. And the timeout will be called by Coach Edger here.
So, variate lang, variate. Alam mo na yung nangyari doon, ha? Bala ron. So, tsagayin ulit natin. Kunin natin yung pasa. So, dito mo padala para ngayon. Dito ako magtatakbo. Okay? Break lang yan. Break. Ah. Okay, sige. Okay na yan.
Balik agad.
Can that timeout wake up the squad here of Vanguard? We'll find out.
Actually, when you watch a lot of games, no, and you know that for the setters, you want good ball distribution. But I feel sometimes you have to acknowledge the fact that you have a player who's playing really well. And for the side of Vanguard, obviously in the first set was Vince Abrot. But here, in the second set, you don't really see him get a lot of sets. So maybe, you know, Villegas can go more to Vince Abrot.
Well, he was at the hot hand in set number 1.
Exactly. So you have to keep him there, you know, keep him at that level, his confidence.
Now you can see Vanguard now going to try to make their climb. Let's see. They can come closer.
Well, they did show us that they can do it. They showed us in the first set, but you don't want to let IMUS roll over you and try to chase.
And then they come up with another missed opportunity here.
Speaking of opportunities, Anthony, that's an opportunity for Vanguard because the player who's the most efficient, I feel, in terms of percentages and numbers, commits a service error. And it's now your chance.
And another one on the other side, so tit for tat.
It totally negates the free gift IMUS gave.
Malabunga with a serve. Trying to give his squad here an insurmountable lead. And now the lead is at 6. And that's going to bring us to our second technical timeout. And our second set has been all IMUS. That one clearly out. Well, at the stage, we'd like to greet the following. We have IVY, TUASON, photographer and IMUS City Legal Officer, Attorney Leonard Martin Sihuko. Our City of IMUS officials joining us. We've got Mayor Alex Advincula, Congressman AJ Advincula, Vice Mayor Homer Sakilayan, and Team AJAA.
Well, for teams, it's always a plus when your supporters, like, you know, like the mayors, they support obviously because it's IMUS. And you always love it when they go and watch. It's added, you know, added incentive for you to play well.
Sometimes maybe added pressure because all of a sudden That first set was a 1 set. Up by 4 and they lost.
That could be another way to put it.
Pero ngayon sabi nila, babawi naman kami sa second set.
That's true. But again, at this level of play, it's all incentive. It's not pressure. It shouldn't be, at least.
And these players should thrive on pressure.
That's true. That's why they're here.
That one clearly off the block.
Yeah, Palisok hits the high hands. They do still have a mountain to climb. Talk about Vanguard, but that's a good start for them.
Can they get another one?
That's a good serve.
Quick hit there from Rivera. Nice joust.
Oh. Back-to-back points for Vanguard, but you know, like we were mentioning, Vince abroad, I think he hasn't gotten a lot of sets here in the second set, so it might be a good time to get him going.
Lead has been cut down to 4. Chance for them here. Going to the back row. Palisok had to adjust in midair. From the back row, Muhali.
When in doubt. How good is it to have a Muhali in your team? You know, when in doubt, go to Muhali.
And here comes Ish Polvorosa. A lot of times, coming off the bench after sitting down for a bit. Eh, baka nakakatulong nga sa player yun.
That's true, but if you look at the lineup of Coach Sammy, 2 setters inside at the same time.
Rivera goes down the line. He's dug.
Yeah. Oh.
That's clearly not over.
Oh, Muhali, talk about Muhali. He has 10 points already, and his numbers, 73% efficiency.
We talked about him being one of the highest percentage attackers. It's now going to be a timeout.
Kasi nagiging dalawa yung papagdaanan. Kung tumikit ka rito, ang option nyo lang dyan ay nagbasagin yan o dito. So pag pinabayaan natin single, medyo masisira kasi mahirapan to dalawa pababasahin depensa natin. Yun lang, tiyagayin nyo lang doon, disiplina lang sa pwesto ng block. Ha? Okay, oh, sampasa na maayos tayo.
Anim lang yan. Bawi ako. Okay, Vanguard.
Well, you heard it there. Bawi, bawi. Yun ang kailangan. But it's got to start now.
Yeah.
If they fall down by another point, make that 7, I'm gonna venture a guess and say that medyo talaga mahirapan na ang Vanguard makabalik dito.
Well, unless they find a spark plug in their squad.
Well, there's a spark plug in Palisok.
Well, obviously, Palisok, one of the first options of Villegas for Vanguard. And there, in that play, he was able to get the point.
So Coach Sam is still going the 2-setter set.
Whoa!
And Taneo will score a point.
Is this Coach Sammy having fun with this lineup because they're playing so well? I mean, letting Taneo hit off a combination play.
Right now he's pulling out all the stops. Scoring here once again is Abrot.
But again, I feel he has to get more sets. Talk about Vince Abrot. You can see his wind up. You can see his follow through. He's in the zone right now. Good serve.
They go to the pin. And that is not going to be over.
Well, I can see the players of Vanguard signaling a challenge.
Ooh.
First one today.
That looked like it went off the net and straight out.
It did. It did.
That's, of course, with our naked eye.
Yeah.
Now let's see what the replay tells us.
But then I was actually looking at Taneo. He was signaling. He didn't touch it. So we will see.
Looked like it ricocheted
Yeah, the set was...
off that net.
Yeah, because the set was a shoot set. It was really fast. So Kamaganakan barely got a solid hit.
Double checking here. Maybe not. Maybe Coach Edget loses this challenge.
Maybe Taneo was telling the truth. Ah. Yeah.
Oh, yes, it did.
So good challenge on the side of Vanguard. Well, it's just a 4-point game.
And that is almost the same time
Yeah.
when that 4-point lead was held here by the squad of IMUS. Now they make it back to 5.
Yeah, that's smart. That was a smart set by Ish Polverosa, activating Rosales there with that slide. I mean, they haven't been going a lot to that, so totally fooling Vanguard.
Going cross court was Kamaganakan, and he's going to run out of space.
Yeah, trying to elude the blockers. Another challenge here, but based on the slow-mo, it looked like it did not touch Malabunga, but that happened early on, where we thought Taneo didn't touch it.
Right now, it's still a 5-point lead enjoyed here by IMUS. They're just double checking on the actual challenge. Coach Edget has already won one challenge here this afternoon. Could you imagine the pressure if you're actually handling the challenge system?
You have a few seconds to decide.
Because all eyes are on you.
Yep.
In the entire gym, in the entire coverage.
That's why you actually, and a lot of fans are saying they hate it if there's a challenge and then inconclusive.
So you waited for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Go on. No. No. No block touch. Villegas pointing at Malabunga saying he touched it, he touched it. Malabunga said, obviously not.
Are you watching the replay? They just showed it.
Exactly.
That was a challenge. That will get through.
Well, with the help of the net, Vince Abrot still at it from the pipe. Yeah, miscue there between Ish Polverosa and Rosales.
Mohali denied that time. Balik sila sa kanya. Denied again.
Good defense for Vanguard.
And Mohali says, okay, you just brought my percentage down, but at the end, I will still pick up the point.
That's true. That's his third block.
Kasi tatlong atake niya, denied.
Exactly. Sabi niya, defense ba? Question mark.
Tanea will serve, and Polvorosa now with a contribution already here. Now back to a 6-point lead enjoyed by IMUS.
And they have a full front row. Why not?
Bang!
Why not? I mean, you want to close out the set. Mohali, he will not get his kills to get the block, but in this play, goes through the blockers.
And it's now going to be set point here for the squad of IMUS, trying to tie things up.
Good serve. Oh.
And here comes a block kill.
That indeed is a monster block by Kim Malabunga.
Well, as they say, don't poke the bear. This is what's going to happen. They come right back. IMUS taking this second set, 25-17. And we're now tied at 1 set apiece after IMUS came out with a dominating performance here in the second.
Well, obviously they responded to that first set loss. You know, they started out strong and they did not look back. A lot of people contributing to the cause. We even saw a 2-setter rotation for Coach Sammy. Everybody playing well. Mohali, for me, was huge there. But what about Vanguard? Really, they need to regroup because later on we'll be showing a particular number that when they see that it's really going to hurt their chance because, you know, they're pretty much in this game. They've won the first set. They have the momentum, but too many errors.
Can I guess what that is? Because we talked about that. You broke that down during our pregame.
Exactly. If you look at the numbers, attacks 13-10, it's just by 3. Blocking, we saw great defense by both squads. But it's the errors, really, just 4 for IMUS. And we did say against Santa Rosa, the sets that they lost, they had about 9, an average of 9 errors. And you can see the number there, 9 errors on the side of Vanguard. That's too much. I mean, if you look at your attacks, you have 10, then you commit 9 errors. That's really not going to help your cause. So, for Vanguard, obviously, that's what they want to check here in the third set.
Can they?
They want to.
We will find out. Because they weren't able to do it in that loss the other day last Sunday. So, You know, again, and obviously they worked on that in practice. But again here, it came back to bite them in that second set.
That's true. Well, some leading scorers here on the side of Vanguard. It is still Abrot with 11 points. Palisok with 9 points. For IMUS, Mohali with 12 points. And Rosales and Malabungod 5 points apiece.
That time, once again, IMUS and Mr. High Percentage picking up another point.
Speaking of Mohali, in the first set, he had 4 points. In the second set, he had 8 points.
That's a nice dig.
Yeah.
Lusot, and it's going to be another point, and it is 2-0.
Yeah, John Rivera hitting off the blockers. And right behind us, we can actually hear the fans of IMUS cheering Rivera on.
And why not go to your big man, Malabunga?
Well, obviously that's from a great pass by Mohali. Some pretty textbook volleyball on the side of IMUS. And again, the fans of IMUS behind us, they're actually commentating on their own, and it's actually very entertaining.
That serve is going to go a little bit long. First point now for Vanguard in set number 3.
I think that's just the second error of Mohali.
Things are looking good here. This is the IMUS we expected to see.
Yeah, and Rivera doing a great job coming off the bench, playing well in the second set, and again here in the third set, challenging the blockers, getting it through.
Nice serve once again from Malabunga.
Good cover.
That's going to get through Taneo and Malabunga.
And look at the rotation right now of Vanguard. This is what you're saying. Palisok getting it through. Abrot is in front. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record saying that, but you just want to get him going. Yes, 11 points in the match, but in the second set, not too much touches.
Which is quite surprising because you utilize him very well in the first, and then it seems like the offense has forgotten him in the second.
Exactly. Well, right now, Vanguard is using a different setter in Desuyo, John Desuyo. Ooh. Oh. Good stop there by Rosales, covering the cross. Yeah, coverage has to be there for Vanguard. You have to give your hitters the confidence to keep swinging away.
Now a 4-point lead.
What a serve by Villanueva.
It's going to be 5.
I think 5 is the magic number.
Suddenly stopped in their tracks here is Vanguard after coming up with a big first set win.
Yeah. But you can already sense also on the side of IMUS with the changes of Coach Sammy in the setter, bringing in John Rivera. You can feel the confidence in their level of play. Whoa.
Talk about confidence. All of a sudden, miscommunication will just shatter that.
Talk about jinxing them. Okay, we were just praising you, Taneo.
Tignan natin kung makakabawi siya ngayon. Villegas getting ready to check back in.
Whoa!
Yun, di ba?
Good call, Anthony.
That's going to bring us to this technical timeout. It's a 5-point lead enjoyed by IMUS.
back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference. My name is Mika Abisamis, and we have been talking about Vince Abrot. He talked to me about feeling, how he feels being in rock bottom, and how every move would really matter at this point. He said, we can't wait for a situation to get any worse. For his personal contribution, he has been working double time on strengthening his legs. Minsan daw nararamdaman pa rin niya ang ACL niya, and so he has been focusing on squats and hip thrusts to get stronger. Bukod dito, he has been working on his receiving and blocking, and more importantly, his chemistry with his teammates, which they will be needing more in this conference, specifically in these next sets. Anthony Narin.
Well, he does look a little frustrated right now after that error from his teammate, and palaki na palaki ang kalamangan dito ng IMUS.
Well, if you look at the rotation of Vanguard, you have a lot of options in the pipe. Whoa! That was going towards us. Oh, yeah, that. Vince Abrot venting his frustrations.
And he looks at his teammates saying, bakit niyo ako pinupuntahan? Kanina pa ako nandito. Kinalimutan niyo ako.
Oo.
Ooh, that's going to get over. But it's still going to be a point here eventually for IMUS.
Yeah, not for long. Mohali getting another point for IMUS, but you know, what a save there by Abrot. No, Mohali's actually challenging the taller blocker, but still hitting it off the high hands.
Finally, Diwa is going to score here.
Yeah, we didn't. Actually, you're right. No, we haven't mentioned Diwa in a long time.
Since the first set.
Since the first set. So, yeah, I mean, it is a good time to get him more involved in terms of offense.
That's a good serve there from Abrot.
Oh, good dig.
Sweeper was there. Oh, a violation is going to be called here. Looks like it's on Kamaganakan.
I mean, the first time they were able to get a stop, but again, another error on the side of Vanguard. Good serve.
That's out. Looked like an opportunity for Diwa to get another point here in the third. But it's a 7-point lead once again.
Yeah, IMUS actually looking very comfortable here in the third set.
That's the right word, so comfortable.
Too comfortable.
And they're finding the spots and they're easily putting it there.
Well, you know, that's how people play if they play relaxed. Is you get to read the defense of your opponents. You see the holes clearer than normal because you're relaxed. You're not, you know, pressured or tense.
That's going to be scary if IMUS gets in this relaxed mode.
They are already there.
And here's Abrot once again. Gonna pump his team back into this one.
And challenging, actually, Kim Malabunga there, getting the better of that challenge.
Villegas, good serve.
Good read. Oh!
But Diwa would challenge on the second ball, and he'll get denied.
No, actually he had the right thing in mind because that ball was hittable, playable. But it was just Kim Malabunga read it through and through. Read it pretty well.
This 8-point lead is the biggest in any set.
Well, they're cruising, talk about IMUS.
They're going to get to this one. It's a free ball, though.
Sky ball. Oh, good dig.
Alfaro has done so well for his squad.
Wasted opportunity. That was a one-on-one. Oh. Now he plays it smart. Kamaganakan just showing us he can get it through the blockers, and it's not all about power. Look at that. Just targeting the right hand of Josh Villanueva.
Ouch. How can you build any sort of momentum when you come up with a great play and then you come up with a poor serve?
Yeah. And people say cold off the bench, but again, you don't get a lot of opportunities if you're a bench player, so you want to take advantage. This is another player who's been very impressive, but hasn't gotten a lot of sets. Obay.
Well, he's been given the playing time. He actually was there to start off this first set.
Yeah, that's why it's a challenge of the setters to actually maximize the potential of your hitters.
On the other side, Taneo maximizing the potential of all the players around him, and that's why they lead 16-8. Welcome back here to the Paco Arena as we got this battle between IMUS and Vanguard. This is set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece, but look at this. IMUS and Ish Polvorosa coming right back in here for his squad with a 16-8 lead.
And look at the rotation of IMUS. Another two-setter rotation there. Taneo's going to be an offensive threat here. Still abroad, going at it.
It looks like it's a one-man team here. A while ago in the first set, it was him and Kamaganakan. And now it's just really abroad.
That's true.
On the other side, pick your poison, everybody's scoring.
Even the setter is now hitting, and he goes down the line.
It is 17-9. Chance once again.
Good dig.
Abrot got there, asks for it, and delivers another point.
You know, he's really pumping himself up. He got the reception, and then he gets the kill. Again, he's playing really well. It's a matter of activating him more.
Question is, will they?
Will they?
Okay, let's see if they can activate him here. As we watch this offensive pattern once again.
Speaking of activating, Ish Polvorosa activating Rosales. Overpass. Boy,
look at this. It is IMUS doubling up.
Exactly. I was just about to say they are cruising here in the third set. And these overpasses are not going to help Vanguard's cause.
Villegas still talking to his teammates. They feel that they can still get this one. Maybe. But that window is closing fast.
And again, the magic number is 5. Once IMUS gets a 5-point lead, they're looking good.
Now Abrot. Chance here, Kamaganakan is going to go wide.
Well, he saw his blockers in front of him. Obviously, Kim Malabunga trying to elude those long arms.
Polvorosa is back out. Soria will check in here. Pahinga ng konti itong si Kamaganakan.
Boy, a 9-point lead for IMUS.
From the back row, Abrot continues to deliver the points.
Now, I think, remember the report earlier of Mika, I didn't know he had ACL. He had an ACL injury. Strengthening his legs. He's looking good. He looks like his leap is ACL free. Can I even say that?
It's going to be a challenge?
Oh, football? Challenge.
Are they going to say attack line fall, and it didn't look like it?
Yeah, it didn't look like it. I thought maybe ball in or out, but it looked good.
There was no question it was in.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Sammy, I guess, saw something nobody else did. We'll find out in a bit.
So the official challenge is the illegal attack, right, by Vince Abrot.
Right.
Okay.
So they're lining it up, they're taking a look.
If it's taking this long, then maybe it's close.
Well, actually, they're trying to find that exact play. And then looking at the camera down the line, which is right beside you.
Yes.
So because they can see it actually from the top angle, but they need to be able to really tell with that camera that's right down your line.
The proper vantage point.
Tama. So apparently, if I understand it right, the system is they'll go to that exact play first, and then they go to a certain camera.
Okay.
So dinala muna nila yung buong system dun sa play na yon kung saan umatake si Abrot. And then now you choose the camera which you want to utilize. And here it is. You see,
I'll use my digital camera, my phone camera.
He was way behind.
Yeah. Well, it's still an 8-point lead for IMUS.
Could it be that they were just trying to play with the mind of Abrot here?
Could be.
Because there was no question, really. I mean, that it was a good one.
And Coach Sammy is such a seasoned coach, you know. He has probably something up his sleeve.
No, because he's seen that Abrot is actually a little bit frustrated with his teammates.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one actually scoring. And whenever his teammates come up with a mistake, look at him. You can see the frustration written all over his face.
Plus the times that he doesn't get a lot of sets.
To the back row once again, and Abrot delivers another one. And he says, you want to challenge that?
I dare you to challenge that. Oh, that's a great set. Now, you know, Villegas has really got to acknowledge the fact that Abrot is playing well. He's playing consistent. So give him a lot of sets.
How can you give him a set when you can't even get your serve in?
And you know, really, if someone's playing well, in this case, we're talking about Vince Abroad, no? You try to get him, because he has a hot tap, you have to give him more sets. And then when he gets denied, you know, and starts committing hitting errors, then you know, try to distribute it more. But normally that's what you want to do.
Sulitin mo na muna siya, mainit siya eh.
Exactly.
Good position there from Obay.
Boy, when you look at the slow-mo, it looked like David and Goliath, but Obay just has that leaping ability. Good cover.
And a violation is going to be called there on Abroad.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. That was a great dig by Villegas.
Back up to a 9-point lead. Ooh, no challenge.
Yeah. Well, you saw the net move a little.
Now they can come up with a few errors, talking about IMUS, because they have almost an insurmountable lead here.
Good dig.
Why not go to the hot hand?
Ooh!
That's a great dig. But hitting through it on the first ball, Taneo scores again.
Yeah. Well, you got to give credit to Alfaro for keeping that ball alive. That was a solid hit. But smart of Taneo. Well, Hero Austria spent a long time at the bench because Rivera's playing well, but he is now tasked to serve for the set.
Another 9-point lead.
Ooh.
They try to go inside. Another block kill.
Yeah, that was Castel. Revenge. How sweet it is for Castel.
It is now a 2-1 lead, and the favorite IMUS on top. The Giant has been awakened here after losing that first set by 2. All of a sudden, dominating performances in the second, winning 25-17, and an even more dominating performance in the third, winning that one 25-15.
Yeah, I mean, IMUS just after that first set loss, they learned from it. They shouldn't play very tense, very pressured volleyball. We saw them come back in the second set. And again, like you said, in the third set, wherein, Coach Shami Akailar changed the rotation, made it comfortable, everybody playing well. And they just erected that lead from 4 to 5, and then they never looked back. So, yeah, 2-1 right now for IMUS. Take a look at some numbers. In terms of attack, 16 as compared to 10. Blocking went the way of IMUS 3-1. Opponents' errors. Again, IMUS known for they're not known to commit a lot of errors. We saw that in their 5-set victory in the pregame. They would average like 5 or 6 errors, and then they limited to 4. Vanguard did a better job in limiting their errors to 6. However, their attacks were also limited to 10. So right now, Vanguard, they have to go back to the drawing board. What are we going to do? Are we going to get, other people more involved? Are we going to go to Abrot, who has the hot hand? These are the things they have to think about, because IMUS is just cruising here in this match.
Well, I guess if you're Vanguard, try to go to Abrot early first.
Yeah.
And see if you can try to set some sort of a rhythm for your squad. But there they go to Obay, and he delivers.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to distribute, that's going to be, that's a pretty good set. Get Obay involved, because the middles haven't had also a lot of sets.
He got the first point. Felix Taneo there. Combination play is going to work here.
Muhali. Speaking of Muhali, really, he is still leading. No, not everyone. Leading IMUS in terms of scoring. 15 points, Rosales with 10 for Vanguard. Abrot with 17 and Palisok with 10.
Wow, Abrot already with 17 points.
And mind you, we were talking about him not getting a lot of sets, so can you imagine his efficiency in this match?
Why not go to big man Malabunga once again?
That's a great set. That's a great play there for IMUS.
And now IMUS has taken the lead here in the fourth. Another stuff block.
And you thought in the first part of that play, you thought Kim Malabunga was late, but then he still was able to get, look at that slow-mo. He's that tall, and his reach is just that long.
Not to mention the fact he's got hang time.
Yes.
He just punched that one, and the defense was coming in.
Yeah, he's just smart of Kim Malabunga, making do with the set that he got, just pushing it. Just reading the opponent's defense. Again, when you're relaxed, the weakness of your opponents get magnified in your eyes.
Nice serve.
Yeah.
Attack slowed down. That time they go to the pin.
Oh, good save. Oh, good save.
And Malabunga says, perfect. I wanted that to go in so that they can activate me once again.
It has been Kim Malabunga in the start of this fourth set.
And a quick timeout will have to be called here by Coach Edget.
Balik yan, transition, doon tayo nadadal. Bakit? Tayong pumipitaw, tayong nawawala sa tapat. Ang gagawin natin, kailangan natin tiyagain. Siyempre, ulitin lang sa balikan yung atake niyo. Di ba? Tapat. Tapat. Kahit anong mangyari, aabutin lang. Kasi hindi natin makuha. Pag tumapat tayo, ganyan lang natin kamay. Sigurado, check yan. Nahihirapan tayo. Laging ganun ang block natin. And then, kasi, pagkakita mo na doon na, dikit. Nandito ka na agad, medyo nahiwalay ka tayo na. Dumigit ka, pumwesto tayo sa block.
Apat lang yan. Hanggang maaga. Patayin natin. Vanguard!
So let's see what adjustments they can come up with, because right now, suddenly, first 6 points, 5 going to IMUS.
And, you know, obviously they can acknowledge the fact that Kim Malabunga is the first option. So you have to have blockers, you know, guarding Kim Malabunga.
There's a Brot. Again, he has been a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah. And he's doing it in all positions. You know, outside, opposite, from the pipe. That's how in the zone he is.
Even serving.
Even serving.
But Villanueva's going to score there. And right now, IMUS is making it look so simple.
Again, they're enjoying, they're relaxing. And I think this is a perfect game. You know, I mean, with the score at 6-2. It's a perfect game to set as an example that when you're enjoying and more relaxed, you play better. You see the difference of IMUS in the first set and in the second and third. And here in the fourth.
Ooh, they're going to challenge here. They said there was a check. Coach Sammy doesn't believe it.
Yeah, and that's how sure they are. Kim Malabunga got the ball and he was already in the service area. Okay, so
So now they're going to say, well, it's a block touch.
Well, from our point of view, it didn't look like it was touched.
It was high.
It was high. But we've seen a lot that we can also be wrong.
Oh, definitely. That ball is just going so quick. Even the officials can miss things. That's why we got the challenge system. Because at the end of the day, some people will say it slows down the game. Yes. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to make sure you get the call right.
Yeah. Especially when they're crucial moments of a match.
At this particular stage, maybe not as important.
Yeah, maybe not.
But again, I think Coach Simon just wants to end this match as quickly as he possibly can, because he didn't expect this one to go 4.
That's true. That's true. And if you look at the score, Coach Sammy also looking at the magic number in 5, because they still have a 4-point lead.
We're going to see this one. I don't think it looks close. The defender was on his way down already.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that slow-mo is the way the hands of Rivera like kind of twirled its way away from the ball at the right moment.
Talagang iniwasan niya. So that point will go to Malabunga and company, and there's no sweeper back there, which is going to bring us to this technical timeout. It has been a real domination here. Watch it once again, Noreen.
Yeah, Rosales getting in to the block party there, one-on-one, and he gets the point for IMUS.
Back at the Paco Arena for the 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference. My name is Mika Abesamis, and it cannot be all Vince Abrot. Coach Ejid said, nagkulang talaga kami sa sigla, nawala ng pasa at bumagal ang laro. He said, tsagain na natin to. Sayang ang skills. It's best to use them against a team like IMUS. They also talked about how they really need to work on their first ball, which you mentioned earlier, Anthony, would start their momentum. He also said, with all the situational changes that Coach Sammy is really good at, they will need this aggressiveness throughout the next sets. Anthony Narino.
Well said there, Mika. As they say, you showed that you can actually come up with a first set win. So you can easily duplicate that, right? But again, kailangan bawasan yung errors. Katulad na naman ng binanggit mo.
Oh,
Joust.
Yeah, playable.
And now they're going to get a point here.
Better hit there by Kamaganakan. But, I mean, you're right. They won the first set. And that was legit because they played well. Right? I mean, it wasn't because of, like, too many errors on the side of IMUS. But then, after that, it was all IMUS. You know, they need to calm themselves, talking about Vanguard.
Going cross court, it's going to work. Kamaganakan was just planted there in his spot.
Boy, John Rivera, also not the tallest of hitters, but look at that. Look at the way that cut shot.
It's now a 6-point lead here. One of the few errors on serve for the boys in blue.
Yeah. I mean, IMUS is known, to be able to minimize their errors to 4 or 5 a set. That's pretty good. Good pass.
Combination play is going to work once again. Mohali just continues to roll.
Everyone, for that matter, talk about IMUS. You said it to Rosales, to whoever. To whom it may concern.
Tama.
Please get the points for IMUS.
Para si Tadeo, nakapikit, ano? Sige, dito na lang ako pupunta.
Diba?
Dito. Kahit saan ako pumunta. That's gonna go out. Those are the points they need to be able to convert on.
That's true. But it obviously, Anthony, it's easier said than done because when you're faced with Kim Malabunga in front of you, your mind will start playing tricks on you. And you try to elude the block.
At parang yun na nga yung nangyari. Umiwas na lang talaga siya eh. Sabi niya, napakarami ng mga kill blocks nito eh.
Oo.
From the back row, that one straight into the net.
A case of overeager there, the side of Josh Villanueva.
IMUS is now doubled up here on Vanguard at 12-6.
Great serve, great pass.
Oh. It's a combination once again, and Mr. Percentage.
That's bad news when only one blocker faces Mohali in a combination play.
Tapos ang tumalon, sa gitna pa. So ngayon, pwede ka mamili, kaliwa, kanan, kahit saan mo gusto pumunta.
Exactly.
Ooh, that might have sailed long.
A rare miscue, but it does happen.
Still a 6-point lead enjoyed here by IMUS. You cannot do that at this stage, especially with a float serve.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you're right. I mean, you give it more when it's a jump serve. People try to go for it.
With the high risk, high reward, okay.
Yeah. But the float serves, you're right. Especially the standing serves.
Here's Abrot. And he continues to just churn the points on.
If you're Abrot, you really can just say whatever happens, I did my best. I did my best. I mean, he's really good.
And for Coach Edget, he's saying, how can I photocopy a brot? So I can have at least 2 of them.
Even just 2.
Diba?
Okay, Malabunga. This is his set. His 4th
That's
set.
right.
Oh, errant pass.
Nice dig there from Taneo. Rivera. On the back row, it's a brot once again. Can you imagine if you're able to Xerox him?
Yeah. Wala.
Di 40 puntos ka na.
No, I'm just saying that Villegas now going more to Vince abroad. Well, this Suyo now in to do the setting for Vanguard. Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna say replay.
Lucky break for Vanguard. That serve was wide.
You gotta wait for the whistle, and there's the whistle.
Second chance. Better serve.
That looked like it might have gone out. But Rivera says, because I wanted to score.
Yeah.
So let's keep it in play. And that's gonna bring us here to our second technical timeout. Watch it once again.
Right through the blockers.
Welcome back here to the city of Manila. Specifically the Paco Arena for our match between IMUS and Vanguard after a great first set, which was won by Vanguard 25-23. It has been all IMUS.
Yeah. Well, as you're saying that, Sorio gets his first point. And once again, IMUS with that rotation, with Polvorosa setting and Taneo, you know, as a hitter. That's a really interesting substitution. Or rotation. Why not? Why not?
And he's been scoring all throughout this match. And katulad nga na sinabi mo, sige na! Sumama ka na!
And look at, I'm looking at Taneo standing beside Polvorosa. They're of the same height. So he can hit.
Nice dig there. One of the few times they were able to stop Muhali, but it's going to be point once again.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they didn't call the lifting of the set. But nonetheless, IMUS gets the point. An 8-point deficit now facing Vanguard. They need one last push if you want to try to force this to a 5th set.
One of the few mistakes on serve that we've seen here from the squad of IMUS, and they're still up by 7.
Well, we always say they can afford it at this point. Boys, for IMUS, they have 13 total service errors here as compared to 7 for Vanguard.
There was a donut hole.
Back-to-back points for Vanguard. You have to be careful not to be too complacent because once Vanguard breaks that magic number of 5 points. You never know what can happen.
Just when you feel that they're building some momentum their way, nawawala eh.
True. That's all we can say.
Well, there's nothing we can do to help them, really. Gotta keep that alive, and again, we're not surprised he's scoring.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I mean, the games that I would watch or cover that Vince Abroad's playing in, I feel today's one of his best games.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No question. Malabunga! Nanggigil!
Look at his reaction, frustrated at himself.
Just a fraction of a second late. It's going to be an ace.
Don't look now. It's back to a 4-point lead.
And no timeout yet from Coach Sammy, so he's allowing his players to work this out.
Slug it out. And interesting enough, it's because of the substitutions of Coach Edgen and an ace. Sorio with an ace serve and a huge one for Vanguard.
So, sana maganda para makagawa siya ng magandang set play, ha? Sige. Sa akin po. 3 points, ha? Paakyatin natin ba?
Kunin natin. Para hindi masayang yung timeout.
Hey, Imus! Imus!
Well, a tinge of concern on the voice there of Coach Sammy. Just a tinge.
Just a tinge, but you have to realize that, you know, the lead was, what, 8, 7, and now it's just 3.
What did we say? You get some momentum, you have a glimmer of hope, and then you dash it.
Exactly.
That's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. I mean, we're covering a game, obviously without bias, and we're frustrated. Imagine the fans of Vanguard.
Confidence ulit natin. Kunin natin yung momentum. Pasa naman tayo eh. Ha? Diskarte mo, pag-iwalayin mo lang para madali tayo mamatay. Go. Yun lang. Tama. Sige, go.
Okay, yeah. Nakababa natin, ha? Hey, Vanguard!
.2016 is our tally here. This is set number 4. IMUS is leading 2-1, so they want to get this done, get this win, and they're going to join the leaders once again on top of the standings.
Yeah, they will be at 4-1, while if Vanguard goes on to lose this, it will be at 1-4.
That's going to extend their losing streak.
To 4. Ooh.
Abroad is going to hit that antenna. What a time for that to happen for Vince, who has been on a real tear here this afternoon.
Well, he was out of position, trying to keep the ball in play.
That's long. They're going to challenge that. First and foremost, that's the farthest point from where Coach Sammy is.
It looked wide from where we're sitting. But it could be the friends in the gallery.
But again, remember, that was actually, that was sailing high. And there was really no power behind that. And so, wanting that ball to compress, to possibly hit the line.
We will see, we will see.
Oh, it's going to be close. I didn't think it was this close.
There's a panel discussion there by the screen.
Well, are they going to say it compressed enough?
Oh!
No, that's out. I think that's out. Ooh, they say it's in. Can you challenge the challenge?
Don't think so. Can you object to the challenge? It's really close. Huh? That was just like maybe a hairline touched the line.
Well, again, if it's inconclusive, they should go with the call on the floor,
Which is out.
out.
Yeah. But then there is a verdict to the challenge. It was in. Coach Sammy is protesting, and he actually has a point. He said we have a video challenge and it was already called in, so yeah, you have to actually follow it.
Well, I think the mistake there was they actually shouldn't have shown it yet until the officials have made a decision.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, they're double checking it again. They're trying to zoom it in to see how much of a fraction, if at all, it hit.
Come on. Come on now.
Here it is. That's out. I told you, initially that's out.
Yeah. That's a better angle. That's a perfect angle. So if you're not sure, then you're right. They shouldn't.
But initially, from the very first time we showed it, it was out.
Yeah.
But it was called in. That's why I was asking you, can you challenge the challenge?
I object, Your Honor. I object. You cannot. But anyway.
Just a 4-point lead. Remember, this was the score a while ago.
Yeah.
21-17 in set number 1. But Malabunga says that first set is now in the past.
And this is my set. You are forgetting this is my set. But that's again, we learn, even us and even the officials, you learn from these challenges. And I think that's a good angle, that if you're not conclusive, you can zoom in and give us a better angle. He's still at it.
Yes, he is.
Probably has 20 plus points already.
He has been a one-man wrecking crew. Unfortunately, this is a team sport.
Yeah. Oh.
And then he's gonna tarnish his stellar game here with that missed serve.
But after his performance today, I'm sure a lot of teams, if you're scouting for players, he's gonna be in your list.
Bertiera was getting ready to check in. And then they sent him back. Now, he's given a chance.
Yeah. I mean, he has been part of our panel, so I'm pretty excited for him. Give him a set. Give him a set. Ooh, that looked like it's going out.
Chance for him here, and he's gonna pick up a point.
Oh, that's an overpass, obviously. And even if he is called off the bench, he's gonna get the point. Good job.
Well, he is a fan favorite.
Well, match point. Ooh, still playable.
That's going to get through. Still alive here.
Well, you know, Soria, I mean, I think it's the first time I'm watching him or covering him. He's pretty impressive. Coming off the bench, obviously.
Ikaw nandito, quick. Tundo mo ng 3.
Nasa kaliwa.
Ha? Quick. 3. Tapos may back row dito,
Go ha.
Isang pasa, isang magandang
Pasa lang.
pasa. Pero, pag di mo mapalo, suporta. Okay, go.
Pasa cover ha. Go.
Oy, pag bumangit ang bola, sikat. Kasi,
Well, Coach Sammy was very clear with his instructions. He knows exactly what play he wants to run.
And he wants to end it in this way. Or
Is he
with
going to
this
get
way.
it done? We'll find out.
So we'll see. First of all, we need a good serve. Secondly, we need a good pass from IMUS.
All starts with a serve. They go to Rivera. Rivera is going to end this one. Well, they try to get Pertiera involved once again in the middle.
You got a touch, you have to give it to them. But at the end, it was Rivera. I mean, coming off the bench, for me, he was, of course, the game's over, the spark plug, together with Ray Taneo.
Well, as expected, IMUS taking this one. But they win it in 4, taking it 3 sets to 1. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a bit.
Okay daw. Check mic 1, 2, 3.
Like this.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference. My name is Mika Abesamis and I am with the best player of this match na si Ray Taneo. Ray, first of all, congratulations sa'yo. Ano?
Thank you, bro.
Alam mo, the past game, sabi ni Coach Sammy na nanalo kayo pero hindi kayo nagdo-dominate. Pero sa match na to, nakita natin na mas close na kayo as a team. Although, nung 4th set, naririnig ko pa rin siya na dapat sigurista, dapat sigurista.
Siguro nag-effect yung puro tune-ups namin. Kaya kami, ayun, although marami pa pong kulang na pagtatrabahuhan, siguro makukuha namin yun sa training namin na para ma-perfect namin yung mga galaw namin.
Okay, napag-usapan mo yung mga